It's this year. Part 2.
Hello, my name is Anthony. Today Tony will be animating and David will be hosting. Anyway, this video is going to be a summary on Oxford Humanities 15.9. Just before we get in, note this is a very simple explanation and has been stripped to time. Anyway, let's start. The trenches. The trenches along the western front was about 700 kilometers long, starting from Belgium, ending in Switzerland. Here we have a model of a standard British trench layout. This is the front line, also called the firing trench. Notice how it's zigzagged. This zigzag was a small design feature to prevent enemy sweeps right through the trenches very quickly if there was enemy break-in, just like running through a hallway. The firing trench is about 2 meters deep and 60 centimeters wide. On a profile view, the front face of the trench is called the parapet. Usually the parapet is armored with sandbags. On the parapet side is a little step plate called a fire step, which allowed soldiers to get up or peek to no man's land. There is also an ammunition shelf for ammunition. On the travelling side of the trenches is called the parados. In the parados is a dugout, which is a place where the soldiers do their personal things and a hideout from artillery. Also like the parapet, the parados is also armed with sandbags. Further down in the support trench. The support trench role is if the fire trench has been overtaken by troops can fall back into the support trench, and also to stop the enemy from pushing any more forward and further than the fire trench. In the support trench is a few bunkers such as kitchens and a dressing station that is sprinkled along the support trench. Troops would cycle from both trenches about a week. The two trenches are connected by a few communication trenches here. And in the communication trenches are also toilets, which is Tony's den. And at the back is the reserve trench, and on the parados of them is where the artillery stays.
My countrymen, the surpassing war of all.
Soldiers would usually get shell-shocked from the trauma from Tony and artillery. Soldiers with shell shock was called a coward and other descriptive names. Executions were common from 306 British and Commonwealth soldiers were killed for crimes such as desertion and cowardice. Also in the trenches, soldiers will find themselves get trench foot because of the mud that formed on the ground in the trenches. So to prevent this, they add wooden boards called a duck board. Fake trees. Fake trees was an observation/sniper post that was a nifty place with other trees. Usually installed at night. Tanks. The first tank was made and used by the England to kill the stalemate in the trench warfare by Winston Churchill, called the Mark I. It used a lot of ship-styled features, and the neat shape was made from swinging logs over its shoulders and crossing trenches. Another tank worth mentioning is the French Renault FT, light tanks which revolutionized tanks designs with 2-man crew and a turret. Don't say this one in front of Tony.
Albatross is the best in the French span.
Quick summary. World War I plane fights were quite messy and called dogfights.
Deutschland trenches.
The German trenches. German trenches are just generally better than the British, because Germans were more willing to expect a stalemate, so they spent more time building their trenches, and they had developed bunkers and just all over nicer. While the British thought they were not being in the trenches, so they made theirs cheap and quick. They were wrong.
Realizing our new relationship with the world, we want to make it fit to live in. And with might and fight and ruthlessness and barbarity, crushed by the conscience of a real civilization. Ours is a small concern about the kind of government any people may choose, but we do mean to outlaw the nation which violates the sacred compacts of international relationships. The decision is to be final. If the Russian failure should become the tragic impotency of nations, if Italy should yield to the pressure of military might,
It's like a breath of fresh air. It's like a breath of fresh air.
and the safety of the world will be decided on the western battlefront of Europe.
It's like a breath of fresh air. It's like a breath of fresh air. It's like a breath of fresh air.
Europe. If heroic France should be martyred on her flaming altars of liberty and justice, and only the soul of heroism remain. If England should starve and her sacrifices and resolute warfare should prove in vain, if all these improbable disasters should attend, even then